Your Excellency T.S. Trimurti, Permanent Representative of India to the United Nations, Excellencies, thank you for the opportunity to help commemorate the International Day of Nonviolence. It is not by chance that this day, October 2nd, coincides with Mahatma Gandhi's birthday. In commemorating this day, we also celebrate the legacy of this remarkable man who taught us that there is nothing cowardly about nonviolence, that choosing peace even when confronted with injustice, even in our moments of what we think is our justified anger, is the height of bravery. Gandhi based his life on the premise that, in the end, conflict and violence benefit no one. History has vindicated this assessment. Let us never forget that this great institution, the United Nations, was founded from the ashes of a world that was at war with itself. The values of peace enshrined in its charter were compiled from the wisdom of a generation that saw the bitter and destructive path that humanity was on and envisioned something better. A more peaceful future, a more hopeful future. One where our disputes are resolved through multilateralism and dialogue, where our resources and energy are not spent on petty quarrels and hatred, but on uplifting the condition of our species and our planet. Now more than ever, we need to reaffirm our commitment to that vision. In fact, we need to do better, because we have now come to realize that eliminating violence entails much more than just ending armed conflict. My friends, while COVID-19 has been an ordeal for all of us, not all of us have carried the burden equally. The pandemic has been exceptionally difficult for marginalized communities. It has compounded social ills such as poverty, racism, inequality, and exclusion, all of which are contributing to factors to violence. Too many women and girls are suffering through a shadow pandemic of domestic violence and abuse. It is our moral obligation to come together to address these serious issues that make the world less safe. As Gandhi had once affirmed, nothing enduring can be built upon violence. This is precisely the sentiment that guides my presidency of hope. Throughout this session and going forward, I will continue to emphasize the importance of uniting to find peaceful solutions to today's challenges, from conflict to pandemics to the climate crisis to gender-based inequality and violence. I join the voices of those who advocate for immediate ceasefires and an end to hostilities, for putting our faith in diplomacy and multilateralism, for humanitarian assistance to vulnerable communities, for doing better by our fellow species. That is how we will build back better. As Gandhi once said, nonviolence is a power which can be wielded equally by all, provided they have a living faith in the God of love and have therefore equal love for all mankind. Going forward, let us ensure that our younger generations understand the costs of division and strife, of neglecting and mistreating the vulnerable, of failing to come together to do what is right for our planet and its inhabitants. Let us hope that they grow up in a world that has shunned violence in all of its forms behind. And I thank you.